Righto guys, well we had this vehicle in at our shop a couple of weeks ago to get the tent and the awning installed, but it was way too good to miss. I came down to Andrew's place here, Accelerate Auto Electrical. Now on the sunny coast it's quite great. We've got a few of the guys that do a lot of these builds together, basically Bush Company, Accelerate doing all the electrical side, J Max is on the coast as well. You know, there's canopy mobs up here, so we find a lot of guys coming down to the Sunshine Coast to get their vehicles fully kitted out. But let me walk you through this vehicle, and Irvine Bricklaying, mate, your vehicle came out an absolute treat. So from the front of the car we've got the Iron Man bull bar, basically your front protection on that, running an 11,000 pound Runver winch. Now GME antenna right over there, nice short stable antenna, as well as an additional sail fire unit. Now this has been fully tuned up and is absolutely full noise throttle with its torqued exhaust, and it's just autos tune. As far as the suspension goes, J Max themselves make a beautiful suspension setup with a remote reservoir shocky. So that's lifted this vehicle up probably 2.5 to 3 inches. Not just that, but the rear diff has been widened and it's got the J Max reinforced diff housing as well. The wheels are wrapped with an RH, basically rim on there, with a BF Goodrich all-terrain tire, giving you a nice all-round performance tire. As far as the mirrors go, clear view towing mirrors, which pull out of place just like that and extend whether you're towing a big boat, builder's trailer or caravan. Now, on the top of the vehicle, we've got a Rhino Rack roof rack, as well as a Safari snorkel on the opposite side. Before I take you through the canopy, let me run you through the top. So we had the privilege of installing our AX27 rooftop tent and our 270 XT MAX awning. Now, the reason why we went with the Max awning on this one is because of the height of the canopy doors. So I'll just open this up. There we go. So the two straps, undo that, fold this forward and bring it back out as well, like that. Just go around and hook this into place. So simply walk this around like that and hook it into place like that, and then come around the back, snack around this way, and come right around the back end and pull the back of the awning to there. Before I get that awning up all the way, let me pop the tent. So I've secured the ladder in place, and very, very easily we'll be able to open this up. So pop that open, and even though we've got 3 130 watt solar panels on the roof, the tent will still do majority of the lifting for you with its gas strut. Simply pull that down and into place. Now the spring rods. Now the nice thing with these spring rods is you can really lay into them. So we'll pop that into the slot over there, pull nice and firm back on the spring rod itself and hook it into the rainfly. And the same thing on this side. The rear tires on the Stylecraft canopy actually give us a massive amount of support as well for standing up here. So even though it's an extremely high lifted vehicle, and we are really high up, I do feel safe and secure. Now coming down, the rear ladder point and entry point on this vehicle will be there basically just for setup of the actual tent itself. I will now remove this, and our entry point will be on the right hand side or the driver's side of the vehicle. Simply take the awning and open up the awning the rest of the way, pulling it all the way around and securing it onto its steering on this end. There we go, nice and tight. Now while I've got this up there, let's get in and have a look at the canopy. Stylecraft do a superb job and really have got some stunning lines following on their canopy. You've got the 2 spare wheel carriers on the rear over there, and these really nice substantial doors. Now the one thing to note though is the hinges are right on the top of the canopy, so they lift up really, really high. What we've done is use the Max awning so that the awning poles or arms actually spaced away to give you full access. Now the guys from Accelerate have done an absolutely superb job on this internals and especially on the electric. So over here we have an upright 130 litre Bushman fridge. We've got the big Exo Gear soundbar at the top there. It's literally, that can be removed. It is incredibly loud, a lot of sound for the beach parties and so on. Now we've got a Red Vision battery monitoring system over here, which gives you the input amperage, voltage, current, you name it, and is your main isolators. A few 240 volt plugs coming off of the inverter on the opposite side of the vehicle, as well as some 12 volt outlets, as well as full internal lighting. As you can see, you can change the colors on the lights as well, white, amber, you name it. Let's take a walk around and look at the electrical system on the opposite side of the vehicle. There we go, just come and have a look over here. So a really nice and handy, ever cool drawer fridge, as they call it. Now the nice thing with these are they're nice and low profile, but it does allow you to pull out perfect for beers and some excess cooling options for storage over there. Now on the back panel there, and you can see how neat the work has been done, we've got a 200 amp hour lithium battery set up, as well as a Manager 30, and not just the Manager 30. So the Manager 30 gives you 30 amps of charge in from the alternator, but the alternators on these cruisers are producing anywhere between 110 to 130 amp at maximum capacity. So what they've done is they've added in an additional DC-DC charger. So this is a Red Arc 50 amp DC-DC charger, so allowing the vehicle to have 80 amps of charging to the 200 amp hour lithium battery, which is massive. Got a big Red Arc 2000 watt inverter on that side, and as well as the Red Vision system there. Now that is going to link to your monitor, not just in the rear, but an additional monitor, and super handy in the front of the car as well, which has been mounted to the overhead roof console. Let's go and have a look at the interior of the cars. It's pretty unique to see as well. So getting into the interior here, you can definitely see that this car is rigged up for sound as well. Rockford Fosgate speakers, looks like 6-inch mids down the bottom as well. Really nicely set up. Now, as far as the internal layouts go of this vehicle, we've got the Red Arc monitor system over here. So that's the EGT gauge, exhaust gas temperature gauge, as well as the car temperature and oil temperature gauges down there. Not just that, but looking at this, we've got this cruiser console's interior and basically center console made up with a Dometic fridge. So Dometic fridge acting as an armrest and also easy access into cold drinks while driving on the road. Now Red Arc, basically Red Vision control panel up the top here, and that's going to give you easy looking from a driving position into what the electronics are doing and your charging to the rear. Now looking at this as well, we've got an ARB compressor that is wired in over here, and that's a dual compressor that is in the left hand toolbox under tray toolbox on the rear there. Not just that, but an additional main and auxiliary fuel tank. So what this vehicle has inside is dual Brown Davis fuel tanks. So it'll be about 185 litre in the rear and an additional 110 in the center of the vehicle, bringing that weight forward. Absolutely beautifully laid out, very neatly worked out on that. Now guys, that's pretty much the run through on this vehicle. It came up an absolute treat, and absolute thumbs up to all the boys involved in this build. For more information on our products at the Bush Company, go to thebushcompany.com. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to go bush. I'll catch you later.